It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's not afraid to throw it. Second in the NFL in touchdowns.
It's the Chiefs and the Jags.
And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And the scout folks believe that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to...
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Now Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's a give to Bigsby. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
The rushing numbers for Bigsby a week ago. 20 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now Lawrence. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Now 2nd and 9. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They juked him. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. So a man shaken up on the play, and this is certainly noteworthy. It's Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Dobbs. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Back to throw Dobbs. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. From the gun, Bigsby. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They run for it with Bigsby. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they send a man in motion right. Bigsby. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Another run by Bigsby. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Gabriel Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete. Well, Travis Kelce unable to pull it in. That'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 the 45-yard line.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week. 12 carries, 62 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do with other...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But, boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are playing.
Yeah, right. Too humble. Bigsby with a carry to begin the series. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. To throw is Dobbs. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Big strides, look at him go. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver or that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tank Bigsby, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
Now here's Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And we've got an injured player, and that's Travis Kelce, who appears to be in a bit of discomfort. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. You look at this Jaguar defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Mahomes to throw once more. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Marquise Brown.
Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Dobbs. That is incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
It's caught by Davis. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Now a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Dobbs. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Here's Logan Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 7. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man right side is Tony. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession. Here is 3rd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Mahomes. That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. The Chiefs in a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Now Dobbs. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Here's Dobbs to throw. Open man is Duvernay. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. This is caught. It's Brown. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throw left side, complete to Tony. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Pacheco diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
They made a nice effort to stick it with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Thomas goes in motion left. Back to throw Dobbs. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as he'll get this down to the 23. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
In motion left is Thomas. Dobbs is throwing. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Here's Dobbs to throw. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Runs through the contact. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Mahomes going to throw. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie things at 17-all. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the visiting Steelers who were able to walk away with the road victory. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Nick Chubb, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard
Now they'll
line.
bring Tony in motion left. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And they can't bring him down. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 21-yard line.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Now here's Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Lawrence. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. See offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. Well, maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he felt he was one of the key pieces in that play and wanted to get out and execute the assignment very fast.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Throwing now is Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the Jaguars' 18-yard line.
Now Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And Bigsby once more. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
3rd down and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. The screen does get them 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Here's Lawrence to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
And the Jaguar first down.
Lawrence will throw. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling. Don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
And this one is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 15. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Encroachment defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Here's Pacheco once again. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Pacheco. Shifts by him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw here on first down. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
At the 20-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as a tackle made at the 18.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here's Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Here's Lawrence. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
That's to the sideline and pulled in. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now Lawrence. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Again, it's Lawrence. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Brian Thomas, 58 yards. And the Jaguars have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
3 yards to go.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. And they'll run with Pacheco. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Again, it's Pacheco. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown, 30 yards. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Next to score,
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And just shutting him off there. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Return team.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. His throw incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Once more, it's Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Chiefs up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Kansas City, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.